Tattoos don't have to be forever, at least not the way they started. One of the biggest misconceptions about tattoos is that once you get one, you're stuck with it forever. And while technically that's true, what many people don't realize is that tattoos can evolve just like people do. Over the years, I've had clients that come back to me for all types of reasons. Sometimes tattoos fade, sometimes their ideals change, life changes, and sometimes the original meaning behind the tattoo just simply doesn't represent them anymore. Today, I wanted to show you 3 different transformations that all started for different reasons. The first tattoo was this Egyptian themed piece. The client already had a solid foundation, but throughout time, it completely lost its impact. The colors really weren't hitting the way they should. It lost its vibe. Contrast had disappeared, and it really wasn't telling the story that it should. Instead of covering it up, we rebuilt it. I went back through the shading, strengthened the structure, reworked the color palette, and gave it that depth and that structure that it so desperately needed. Often, a tattoo doesn't have to be replaced. Sometimes it just needs a second chance. The second project is possibly one of the most meaningful transformations I've worked on. It's a really big project. Years ago, I tattooed a chess piece representing the good and evil side of life. And at the moment, it represented who my client was. But as the years went by, his faith became a bigger part of who he was as a person. The tattoo no longer represented the man that he had become. So he asked me that even though he appreciated the work, he wanted to rework the entire piece to make it something different. We started out with the difficult part, which was transforming this demon figure into the face of Jesus Christ. It honestly felt like I was doing plastic surgery more than a tattoo. I had to use the foundation that was already there and restructure the face to add the beard and totally change his face and emotion so that it could start looking like Jesus Christ and capture that real essence that he wanted. The female figure was a little bit easier. We added a veil and I reworked the face. It was a little faded, which helped out a lot. So I was able to add some real dynamic lighting behind it to increase contrast and the overall potency of the piece. The project is still in progress, but even at this stage, you can already see the direction that it's headed in. This one isn't really just a transformation. It's a reflection of personal growth. The last project started out as a set of dice that he wanted in a real soft, Chicano black and gray style. Throughout the years, it didn't really hold up well. Especially living in South Florida, we get a lot of sun exposure. We go to the beach often, and that is really damaging to your tattoos. The tattoo had faded significantly, and it was a little hard to read from a distance. The client still loved the concept, but he wanted something that represented his personality. So he wanted to transform it into one of his favorite video game characters from Cuphead, which I personally love. I love that art style and I love the video game. So we turned some regular dice into king dice from Cuphead by introducing stronger line work, pops of color, and a more dynamic approach. We were able to change the overall energy of the tattoo while sustaining something that was gonna hold up well over time. The biggest thing that I want people to take from this video is that if you have a tattoo that you're unhappy with, it's not the end of the road. Whether it's faded, unfinished, or overall just doesn't represent who you are anymore, you have options. Sometimes a tattoo needs a cover up, sometimes it just needs to be redesigned. But most of the time, it just needs the right artist to breathe some life into it. If you're sitting on a tattoo that you've been unhappy with for many years, don't sit on it. Don't assume you're stuck with it. You might be a lot closer to a solution than you think. And if you're in the Miami area and you would like me to take a look at your tattoo, feel free to send me a message. Follow me on Instagram. I'll leave that in the description box below. And if you like this video and like to see more stuff like this, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, guys.